Test, test.
So generally you are the umze, right? Actually, you should have this.
I have.
That's difficult for you to hold in your hand. Maybe this is easier.
Well, I'm not doing other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
So, since you're the umze, you should begin.
Will you say a few words on what Tsok is, Rinpoche?
Huh?
Will you say a few words on Tsok?
Practice of Tsok is a tantric practice, Vajrayana practice. It's not Hinayana practice, no, it is Mahayana Sutra practice, it's Mahayana Tantra practice, Vajrayana esoteric practice. So when you do esoteric practice, you have to look at the core of enlightened nature, meaning different levels of tantric practice. Right now you are carrying your life with the ordinary mindset, like your own identity, James or, Mary or whatever your name. So a lot of emotion invested with that. So you function the world with that phenomena. And it's an impure phenomena. Your friends you attach to, your enemy you hate, and in between, and so forth, and all the things going on in your life. So you never really get out of this cyclic existence. Everything you do is connected with that, your relationship with the ordinary world, which is based on emotion and afflictive emotion. So it's a journey continuity where you remain in impure phenomena. And within the impure phenomena, you try to bring a little bit of compassion time to time, a little bit of like introspection to your mind, but most of the time you're submerged in duality and submerged in afflictions. So your mind continues to experience suffering and confusion and so on and so forth. Now when you do Mahayana practice, then you carry this mind with the commitment to benefit all beings. When you benefit all beings, you have to overcome your negativities. Without that, you cannot benefit beings. So you have to develop mind training into bodhisattva state. 6 paramita practice, 4 immeasurable practice. And once you, which is inherent quality of you, not something from outside, it's all within you. Once you develop that strength, then you function in the world. The world becomes like inspiration in the bodhisattva yana path. Right now the world is like a very challenging place for ordinary people. But the same person, once she or he has developed tremendous level of clarity and insight and compassion, then the outside challenges, which is like a manure, instead of that manure thrown around your house without, like one who is not a gardener, can you imagine when they deal with the manure, what will happen? Smells everywhere. That's what happens to us. And if you're a skilled gardener, that manure is needed for a beautiful flower to grow. So other sentient beings, we are not rejoicing in their suffering, but when we see the other sentient beings suffering, it brings inspiration of compassion and love and good-heartedness and skillful mean and inspiration, how you can benefit them without yourself sinking into it, so that external manure become more inspiration to you. It makes you stronger. But in order to get stronger, first, as I was explaining yesterday in meditation, you have to first develop ethical practice. You have to develop a lot of mind training, bodhicitta practice. Then you can able to handle all these impure phenomena, transmute them into pure phenomena, like a flower which comes out of a manure. You can do that. That's the Mahayana practice, simply put. Now then the Vajrayana practice, it's working on basic goodness. It's called resultant vehicle, not causal vehicle. Causal, there's cause and effect. Resultant, how the inherent basic goodness primordially, which is according to the tantric practice, is called the three kayas: Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya, which is the inherent quality of the enlightened mind and inherent quality of all sentient being, the enlightened nature. In that, one visualizes deities. So here there's not particularly, visualizing much. Like, for example, it says, one cell is ordinary. So it's like getting into tantric practice, but not fully jumping into it. There is a particular practice also related to one cell as a deity. The problem is when you begin to live in the world, your present identity, James or John or Mary or whatever, a lot of emotions and attachment and this and that, all invested in that. So you instantly kind of like pops out of that. And when you see someone you don't like, you have all the negativity. When you see someone you like, you get all the attachment and jealousy and this and that. All things come. So you're never free. You're never out of that cyclic existence. Then when you do like a Vajrayana practice, deity is a symbolic. Deity is like a primordial enlightened wisdom where the form of the deity is symbolic. In fact, we do symbolic now also. When we meet someone, we shake hands. When somebody goes, we say goodbye, right? Or we bow down, or we show a kiss, or we do many things, or we show our finger, Really, all are symbolic. All are symbolic. Sorry. Sorry is also symbolic. Mental symbolic, speech symbolic, physical symbolic. All this phenomena is symbolic. So therefore, like our Lokeshvara, Bodhisattva who have four hands, if you see someone with the four hands, we'll be scared. That's not the point. We visualize ourselves into our Lokeshvara when one does the practice, the Bodhisattva of compassion. And that four hands symbolize immeasurable compassion, immeasurable rejoice, immeasurable equanimity, immeasurable kindness. Those are the four hands symbolize. All the deity is an expression, symbolic meaning. And our mind is, you well know, is not tangible. Our mind is immaterial. Out of immaterial mind, this physical has appeared. Same thing, when you go further deeper, then how the mind expression on the fundamental goodness is compassion and wisdom. So like when you practice our Lokeshvara, you visualize yourself into that, but without attachment. Because without deity practice, you cannot cut the ordinary perception and habits and what you carry on with you. Even not only daytime you carry nighttime in your dream. You see someone you don't like, you hate. You see someone you like, you love. Why are we doing that? It's totally neurotic, unnecessary, totally doesn't make any sense. Nevertheless, we get caught up in this cycle. So in order to transmute that, purify that, one practice, deity practice. At the end, when the deity practice is done, you dissolve that. Because then, if you get cling even to a deity, it will be cause of cycles. So first you bring that, you do celebration, you show symbolic signs, mudras, this, that, mantras. At the end, you let go of everything. So something like that, in a brief. Then, like generosity. In generosity, we give like Denver food program, or California food program, New York food program. We give food to the needies, those who need. That's like giving to the people who are in need. Now when you do it, with the food which is presented here, you're offering that not really in a dualistic, it's an energy. Food is an energy. You could have, giving food in your dream. In actuality, on a very deeper level, dream and daytime state is no difference. Someone who is wake up, they are not caught up in neither in the daytime nor at the dream state at night. But nevertheless, as we go through, it's a symbol. We live in a symbolic phenomenon. You invite someone, you ask, first you put them in a seat, then, in India, tradition, first you put in a seat, then you wash their feet, then you give them drinking water because it's a hot country, and then you offer flower, then you offer perfume, like there's a tradition. So here you may not wash feet. So you invite someone, put them in a nice place, then you ask what you like, cold drink or hot drink or something. All this symbolic. Then the person is there, sit down, then you have conversation. So first you have them sit down, and then you have conversation. What your aim of object of inviting that person. You have the conversation. You ask them, I'm this, I need. Then, then finally you say, I need to achieve my aims and project. Same thing, first you invite the deity, then you make them all the outer offering, waters and incense, and then, then there's the three kinds of offering in the outer offering, inner offering, secret offering. Outer offering is flowers, water, candles, like that. Then not only you visualize small one, but fill with universe. Everything is mind's manifestation. So like you make huge offering. Then inner offering is there is a wine, and there is a called rakta, blood, and then there's a torma. They symbolize transmutation of the three poison. The one is transmutation of anger, one is transmutation of attachment, one is transmutation of ignorance. That's called inner offering. There's men, rakta, and torma. So also, in other words, blood. The reason blood symbolizes the life force, continuity life force of samsara. Supposing if someone takes all our blood out of our body, we'll be dead. Likewise, you make the offering of the blood, and who is that represent? It's dualistic mind, dualistic phenomena, dualistic affliction. Once the dualistic phenomena that is transmuted into non-dual nectar, then all our emotions and thoughts get liberated in primordial purity. And so there's a very deeper meaning to the Tsok. So right now, if I explain everything, then we will spending the whole evening on that. So, but this is something you should understand, that you are offering it on a tantric level, just like, the subtle mind. In your dream, you see things, but it's all, and you think there is somebody there, but it's all your own mind. Same thing is when you make this offering, you're doing it more non-dual approach, not dualistic approach. All generated from your mind, and then make offering to the assembly of the deities. Deity is the nature of all being, basic goodness. It's all good in essence. But since due to our affliction, we don't see all good. We see a lot of problem in life, a lot of obscuration. In order to purify that, we are making this non-dual offering of Tsok. And then we receive that blessing, So it's like illusion, all this is illusion. Illusion like deity, illusion like offering, illusion like a deity, illusion like yourself. Is primordial nature, is awareness, clear light. Enlightened mind is the nature of luminosity, clear light. These are all expression, dance of clear light. Universe is a magical display of clear light. So something deeper meaning there is like that. Okay, so let's do not so. Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you, Rinpoche. Excuse me. All right, we're starting on page 1, verses of prayer to the 8 noble auspicious ones. Just a gentle reminder that to raise your bodhicitta motivation, we're doing this for the benefit of all beings. Om Nang Se Nam Dang Rang Shi Nam Pe Tashi Chakchi Shina Shupai Sangye Chodang Endu Pompe Sog Kula Chaksao Dag Chak Dashi Shog Drame Gyalpo Talten Don Rub Gong Champe Gimbog Idrak Paldam Pa Kuna Gompa Gacher Japa Chen Lupo Tarpak Sadrak Paldang Li Semchen Tamchen Lagong Drumpe Pal Yitsem Sepa Sarok Drogpal Te Sensam Tempe Tashi Papawa Dewa Shempa Gila Chaksalo Champa Sonu Pudin Dorjijin Chenre Siwang Gompo Jompe Pal Sai Ningpo Dripa Nampar Sal Namkai Ningpo Pacho Kuntu Zang Utpal Dirje Pedkar Lushing Dang Norbu Dawa Radri Nimai Chaksen Nam Tashi Bagi Chog Changchu Sempa Gila Chaksalo Rinchen Ducho Tashi Segina Dochung Buzang Yirong Kamala Nindrong Dundong Punsong Paweu Minum Gatsen Wonger Korlorte Rinchen Tacho Diti Chaksen Chen Chogdu Gawa Chochi Geke Ma Gekso No Drempe Papawe Tashi Lamo Gila Chaksalo Sampa Champo Deju Semeru Mikton Denang Yapo Yukorung Pake Podang Luang Mimizang Namde Sete Laze Pododang Trishu Ladang Dudung Doji Chen Piwang Raji Choten Gyatsen Zin Sasum Nesu Gile Tashi Pal Chikte Gwa Gila Chaksalo Takchak Tekde Chawa Sombala Kekdang Newar Sepa Kunshi Ne Dodo Papa Samnu Yishin Ru Tashi Dele Pusum Sumukar Shom. In English, in the natural, spontaneously present, perfectly pure, phenomenal existence, to all who dwell in the auspicious realms of the 10 directions, the Buddhas, Dharmanas, assemblies of the noble Sangha, I prostrate and pray that all may be auspicious for myself and all others. To Drome, Kelpo, Telten, Dundrum Gong, Jumpe, Gimpo, Gejok, Padampa, Kuna, Gompa, Gecher, Jokpa Chen, Lumpa, Tarpak, Saudrak, Paul, and the noble ones known for your consideration of all sentient beings, noble ones known for your superior display of enlightened activities that grant mental satisfaction. Merely hearing your names increases all glory and auspiciousness. I prostrate to the 8 Sugatas, to the youthful Manjushri, the glorious Vajra holder, the powerful Avalokiteshvara, the noble protector of Maitreya, Sai Nimpo, Dripa, Namparcel, Namkai Nimpo, the supreme noble Kuntu Zongpo, Utpal Dorje, Pedkar, Lushing, and Norbudawa, Raldrinima, holders of the excellent hand emblems of supreme noble good fortune, I prostrate to the 8 bodhisattvas, the supreme jeweled umbrella, the auspicious golden fish, the wish-fulfilling vase, the mind-pleasing Kamala flower, the conch of fame and glory, the fully endowed endless knot, the eternal victory banner, the all-powerful wheel, you who hold these 8 supreme precious signs, offer to the conquerors of all directions and times, attractive maidens of pleasure, to recall your nature increases all that is noble. I prostrate to the 8 goddesses of good fortune, Sampa Chempo, Dejun, Sedmed, Migtonden, and Gyalpo Yu Korshung, Pag Kepo, and Luang, Mimizang, Nam Terse, and Ladze Korlo, holders of the trident, short spear, and Vajra, Vina, sword, stupa, and banner of victory, who make auspiciousness and positivity grow in the 3 realms. I prostrate to the 8 guardians of the world, concerning the activity that myself and others are about to begin, by pacifying all obstructions and unwanted harm. May the noble and meaningful increase, and all wishes be accomplished. May good fortune, happiness, and prosperity be fully endowed. Page 7. We'll say this 3 times.
This practice is called the 8 auspicious prayer. And this is a very special prayer. If you do this one time a day in the morning, whole day, whatever you do, all your activity will go easy and harmonious, and you will accomplish your activity. At night, if you're having bad dreams, you do this one time before you go to sleep, it will stop the bad dreams also. So it's a very special practice. And for someone who, your activity, jobs, when you keep struggling, and not accomplishing well, you do this a lot, it will make everything go successful. Even in a relationship, this will help. This is a supplication to the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas names are in Sanskrit. Then there is 8 auspicious goddesses who make everything auspicious. Then there is the 8 worldly great gods, such as Tsangpa Chimpo, page 4. There's the great Brahma. Tsangpa Chimpo means the great Brahma. And the other Sanskrit name I don't know. Then Namtu Se is Kuber, the god of wealth. All these powerful universal God. So, you show supplication, and then at the end, you say, concerning the activity that myself and others are about to begin, so whether it's your Dharma practice, or whether it's your job, or like you're going to a direction in the morning for like your work, or you can do that. And wherever you go, it will create all auspicious condition and energy to this practice. It's very, very special practice, this one. Or when you do your meditation, you can do before. So once a day is very beneficial, just to let you know. Okay.
Okay. 7-line prayer, page 7. 3 times in Tibetan, once in English. Om Organ Yogi Noob Chang Sam Pe Magit Sardom Pola Yatsen Yogi Noob Pe Majum Ye ki je su da ru ki.
Chingi lop che she su so Guru pe ma si di hum
Organ
yu ki nu chan sam
pe ma ge
sara dung bo la ya chen cho gi ngu tu ni pe ma jung ne je su trang
Kor
du kan du mang pe ko
ke ki je
su da du
ki. Jing
Jingi lo chi she su so Guru pe ma si di hum
organ
yu ki nuk jang sam
pe
ma
ge
ke
sar
sara
dung
dung bo la
ya
sen cho gi ngu tu ni
pe
ma jung ne je su
drag kor du
kan
ro ma
mang pe ko
ke ki je su
da du ki
jing
Jingi lo chiri shek su so Guru pe ma si di hum
Hung at Oregon's northwestern frontier on the stem and corona of a lotus flower, wondrous supreme accomplishment attained, and as the lotus born renowned, encircled by a retinue of many Dakinis, so that I may become like you, please come and grant your blessings, Guru Pema Siddhi Hung. Page 9. Emma Ho Chhoje Choki Inki
Shingam su chunyi tu sum ke ga me pe na
Chadra
lunzo
Lunzo
dewa
Dewa
chimbo
Chimboy
ku
Namka
Namka shindu tukje chori me
Med
Lama
Lama
chuki
Chuki
kula
Kula
surwade
Suwadem
Urgyen
Orge
pema
Pema
june
June
la
La
surwade
Suwadem
Teje
Deche
lungi
Lungi
drupe
Drupe
shingam
Shingam
su
Su
Kusun tu
Kusuda
dan yun ten
Yunten
chinde
Chinde
ki
Ki Yeshe
She ma den
Nana
dewa
Dewa
shekpe ku
Chepe
Tuje
Tuje
che tra
Chedra
na
Naso
so so
Susurtun
Lama
Lama
long ju
Lonjo
so ku la
Sokula
sruwa de
Suwadeb Orge
Yin pe ma ju ne la sruwa de
Deb
Pije
Nije
jik ten
Jikten
ta
Dape
pe
Shinkam
shinkam
Su
Tuje
Tuje
chimbo
Chepo
droge
Drowe
de
Dolan Shun Kragla
Gundu
Gandro
tabgi
Tabgi
drodun
Drodun Zan
ze Deda ma
Dedama
jun
Jun
tada
Dada
dusum ki
Dusumki Lama
Chupe
Trupe
kula
Kula
sruwa de
Suwadeb Orge
Yin pe ma june la sorwa de
Now in English, wondrous in the pure realm of the fundamental space of reality, free from elaboration, the actual nature beyond the three times origination and cessation is the body of great bliss, naturally complete and aimless. Compassion like the sky without bias or point of reference. Dharmakaya Guru, to you I pray. Lotus born of Oregon, to you I pray. In the pure realm of spontaneously present great bliss are the embodiments of the Buddha's form, speech, mind, qualities, and activity. The bodies of the thus gone ones endowed with a fivefold primal knowing, revealing each and every of the various manifestations of compassion. Sambhogakaya Guru, to you I pray. Lotus born of Oregon, to you I pray. In the realm of the innate purity of this conditioned universe, manifest through great compassion for the sake of sentient beings. Emanations act to benefit beings through skillful means suited to each individual, those passed on to come and present. Nirmanakaya Gurus of the three times, to you I pray. Lotus born of Oregon, to you I pray. Nosen, Rigzin,
Nuden durje sel ma
Deshe,
Bupa taye sham Tata Pejun Gyasa Drupen Jigri Yishi Dorje La Sova
In English, in the past, the awareness holder Nunun Dorje is all. In the future, the Buddha Mopatai. In the present, Padmasambhava's region, Jobin in person, Chhoje Dorje, to you I pray. Hogmen, Shoki,
Yingi Potang Tusum Sangi Kungi Nubuni Rangsum Chuku Nunsum Tunze Sawe Lami Shabla Sowa De.
Within the palace of the fundamental space of reality, the unsurpassed pure realm is the essence of all the Buddhas of the three times. You who actually introduced the Dharmakaya of my own mind, root Guru, at your feet I pray. Okay, now go to the shower of blessings, page 69. Serve the lineage prayer. Karak choku pema se pagme long chozoku
Pema Kuntu Chang Chupe Kuno Soke Dorje La Sowa Dev Soda Gu Chinki Lo Yang Chen Tu Pa Yi She Soge Ma Lo Ne Da Chu Si Nun Ge Pa Se Kyab Da Jambal Devi Nimala Sowa Dev Soda Gu Chinki Lo Chela Kaba Gyurme Wang Rigi Kyab Da Du Jom Dro Du Ling Kati Sum Den Sawe Lama La Sowa Dev Soda Gu Chinki Lo Petar Sowa Tape Shilaki Ninche Wanto Tamsi Nam Parata Remi Nam Lenyin Tarshinte Kunzang Pema Kare Kuto Sho. English. Original purity, Dharmakaya Padma, limitless longevity, Sambhogakaya Padma, holder of all, essential face of Nirmanakaya, lake-born, Vajra Lord, as I pray to you, please transform my mind. Emanation of Saraswati, Mother Yeshe Sogel, Silnangipa Sal, who deciphered the symbols in the fivefold inner expanse, Lord of refuge, Shambhala Nima, as I pray to you, please transform my mind. Girman Nena Wampo, destined to receive the blessings. Dudum Joda Lingpa, refuge embodying the 100 families. Root Guru, so kind in the three ways. As I pray to you, please transform my mind. By the blessing of praying in this way, the maturing empowerments are received with Samaya pristine. On the path of the two stages, perfecting the approach and accomplishment, may I attain the body of the lotus-born total goodness. This next section we'll say 3 times in Tibetan and once in English. Hung rig ton no so Soke Pe Ma Jung Kyab Ne Kundu Ngobor Kyab Suchi Shri Dire Lo Puru Tu Do Wa Kun Tu Pa Rang Sang Ka Ta Long Tu Shong Ri Tong Ngo So Ke Pe Ma Jung Kyab Ne Kundu Ngo Kyab Su Che Shri Diri Lo Puru Tu Pe Do Wa Kun Tu Pa Rang Sang Ka Ta Long Tu Shong Ri Tong Ngo Bo So Ke Pe Ma Jung Kyab Ne Kundu Ngo Kyab Shidire lo pura chupe
Drua kun Truparang Sangarak
long zhu shu.
Hung, awareness, emptiness, the essence is the lake-born lotus guru. I take refuge in the essence, the gathering of all sources of refuge. For all beings temporarily deluded by this transitory existence, may delusion purify itself and unravel in the expanse of original purity.
Ram yam kam om a hung. Sarva Buddha Agarakaya za Sarva Bigne Balinda. Sarva Buddha Agarakaya za Sarva Bigne Balinda Kaye. Sarva Buddha Agarakaya. Sarva Bigne Balinda Kaye.
Kumari Jungzin Trupe Jungpo Nam Torma Dikirta Nang Tu Teng Rang Ri Shi Po Vyer Me Pe Ngang Kor Sum Yedro Nang Tu Sam Cha Do
수만이 홍기라네 홍기라네 빠네 아니 호 바가반 베라자 홍패tum 수만이 홍기라네 기라네 빠네 홍아네 호 바가반 베라자 패tum 수만이 홍기라네 기라네 빠네 홍아네 호 베라자야 홍패 벤저라 갸나 라캬라 캬
Whom negative forces, unaware and deluded by duality, take this torma and go into this state beyond extremes. The unchangeable state of self-aware primal knowing is the boundary of protection that is primordially liberated from the three spheres of delusion. On the next section. Whom de chen pe ma kyo we jin kam ne kusum lun dru so ki dor she chang ne di je po chok tu no dru so Chhoje Rinpoche pe gen du gyor
Among Benjabura Pema Tipping Sarva Benjamuga
Hung, from the blissful pure realm of the spiraling lotus, naturally self-accomplished three bodies, leg-born Vajra holder, please bless this place and grant the supreme and ordinary cities. May these offerings become the ornament of the display of total goodness. Okay, page 73. Rang lu tamane pe dun karu organ dream dana koshe so tinza yin la gadang chu gong wei usu rin chi padon da gye gyab ne kundu organ dorje chang Sempe beba soya yum dang zhi Cha ye do zhe yum pe te pum nam Dar da rin chi ru pe gen gi zhe Bo ne long na de chen zi jin bar Kordu sa sum gya so tin trati Che la tu je char pe tala zi Gyar ku ngu bo chi mi yi she kur Dun chu ta pu te cha ta tu se Mura lo chu tu sum ge we so Kuzang chu pe chin tu bing ne bu To me ne sa di tu ma lu sha
Seche gyalwa kungi yun tengi
Gyabda
chikpo gumpa nam tarala Nying ne yirang tepe so dev shing
Rabge
chuki charchi be parakul
Rangzange
ve ngupo
Venu
ne
Chokam Yasu Chishine
ki par Gompo kyuki nam tara jini te
Takyam Juhar
jempe
Drepe
tuntungu kyabne kundu kense ter jempo
Dunani
me kyab chi rimpo che
Nadagu Penarsi
Shuki
Soda
Pula Seve Nutusi Gompe Longni
Tuje
Chungla
Salchula Morendagi
Yingla
Jingilo Tadang
Sama
Samanu
Nurtu Tempatang
Chodang
Mu
Jumono.
Ujuk Saltusi.
In English, 73. Before me in my ordinary form is Oregon's stainless Donakosha Lake, its profound depths filled with the water of 8 qualities. In its center, atop the jeweled stem of a lotus, petals unfurled, is the Oregon Vajra holder in whom all sources of refuge converge. Brilliant with the splendor of the major and minor marks, he is embracing Sogyal, the mother consort. He holds a Vajra in his right hand, a vase within a skull cup in his left, exquisite in their silks and ornaments of jewels and bone. Within a vast expanse of 5-colored light, they blaze in the awesome splendor of great bliss. Oceans of the 3 roots gather like clouds as their retinue. They gaze upon me, bringing down a shower of blessing and compassion. To the embodiment of deathless primal awareness, the essence of all victorious ones, I forever offer prostrations of faith with intense and powerful yearning. My body, wealth, and enjoyment, and all virtue gathered throughout the 3 times, all these I offer in the manner of Samanta Bhadra's vast clouds of offerings. I confess without exception all negative actions and failings accumulated through time without beginning. Sole sovereign of all the qualities of the victorious ones and their heirs, enlightened protector, in your example of perfect liberation, I rejoice from my heart. To you I pray with faith, beseeching you to bring down a great rain of profound and vast Dharma. Amassing all virtuous qualities of my own and others, I will, for as long as the countless oceans of beings endures, follow the example of your perfect liberation, enlightened protector. I dedicate all this to the guidance of beings throughout space, great wellspring of wisdom and love, in whom all sources of refuge converge, sole precious refuge in these evil dregs of time. I am afflicted by the spread of the 5 degenerations and pray to you with great longing. Quickly look with love upon your child. Bring forth the manifest energy of compassion from the expanse of your realization. Grant your blessings to my devoted heart. Swiftly show signs and indications, and pray bestow the supreme and ordinary cities. So now we're going to say the 7-line prayer, which you'll find on page 96.
First read it.
Okay. Mugu kisoa tape lama
Yum ki
yagyuki jor
jorsam
samdang
tuka ni
tukani shekyo
sheki
ser
nanga pata tar
tanyam
kyang rangi nyingkara timpe gyu chingi la para
mark.
gyu.
Due to my devoted prayers, 5-colored rays of the light of primal knowing extend like filaments from both the point of union and the hearts of the Father and Mother Guru. As these filaments are absorbed into my heart, my mind stream is blessed and transformed.
Omang Bezaguru Bemasdu recite 1 mala. Omang Bezaguru.
7-line prayer.
After this 7-line prayer, first recite 1 mala.
Okay, so that's on page
Just Om Beza Guru Pema Siddhung, that's all.
That's on page 99, I believe, for those. Most people don't know it.
Om Beza Guru Pema
Om
Siddhung,
Hum Siddhi.
Om Beza Guru Pema Siddhung, 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 Om Beza Guru Pema Siddhung. So here, let me just explain briefly. Here, when it says 5-colored lights, of lights or primal knowing from both the point of union and the heart of the Father and Mother Guru, as these filaments absorb into my heart and mind stream is blessed and transformed. In Tantra, there is Kriya Tantra, Charya Tantra, Yoga Tantra, Anuttara Yoga Tantra. There are 4 different levels of Tantra. How did the dawn of Tantra begin? The esoteric practice began based on that present state of the era in the universe, how much strong our emotions are. At the dawn of era, as the now it's been, we say the universe has been like how many billions years ago, 4 or 5 exactly, I don't know. But over a long time ago, people are very less, for example, when we look at the terms of desire, very less desire. When they look at it, people have lights coming out of their body. There was no sun and moon. It changes, so many changes happen in the universe. Like there's light coming. People don't consume raw food. The very first food which came in this world is the corn. The corn is called mamipiloto. If you look at all around the world, corn is like a primal food, prehistoric sort of food. So that so gradually, as people emotion gets stronger, then gross phenomena begin to appear. First, it was very subtle phenomena. So same thing at the beginning, the desire between men and women, just looking at each other, there was satisfaction. And then smiling was, so if you look at the iconography of tankas, just smiling, there was like a satisfaction. Then after that, touching. Then after that, first is watching, then smiling, then touching, then union. All evolution. We are talking evolution of time. In the tantric teaching, it explained this is how it manifested. So now, but you have to really understand that. You have to really understand the mind, very deep and level of mind, understand our emotions, whether it's desire, whether it's anger, how they really come into the play. So in a way, like when, I can't give right now a talk on Tantra teaching, we're doing Tsok, but in a very abbreviated explanation is that when you see the deities like a union in the Tantra uses the deity, union is not two separate things. Union is one. And what that union really relates to is emptiness and clarity. It's clear light. Light comes out of the space, and within that light, there's space, and within the space, there's light, for example. They're not two different things. They're not two separate things. That's the primordial non-dual wisdom. For us, we become like a split personality. That's the affliction. Nature of affliction is, we see the space is separate, and we see the light is separate. The spatial side of the nature is called wisdom, feminine principle. And the clarity aspect is the male energy, which is called skillful mean, compassion. On the primal level, wisdom and skillful mean. Now, when the wisdom and skillful mean, we're not able to realize that, then we fall into the trap of two extreme, eternalism and nihilism. So, so these have very profound meaning. So when we say five primal light is the five wisdom nature. And what is that wisdom? If you look in this tantric text, explained very clearly, the mirror-like wisdom, the equal wisdom, they're different. So each one of them is transmutation of our five passions: desire, anger, ignorance, jealousy, and envy. These five passions, when they are transmuted, they are primal wisdom. So therefore, when you coming from the light of the union of the deity, it's coming from, you visualize from the heart, and from the union coming and dissolving into your heart, it's purifying all your duality and obscurations of the five poison. So something like that. That's what it is. Om Mam Bhasa Guru Pema Siddham, Om Mam Bhasa Guru Pema Siddham. Om Mam Bhasa Guru Pema Siddham, Om Mam Bhasa Guru Pema Siddham. Om Mam Bhasa Guru Pema Siddham, 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 Om Mam Bhasa Guru Pema Siddham. It's basically letting you realize your clear light or luminosity, free from all stains of duality and obscuration. That's what this primal five lights is about. But you need devotion. You cannot intellectualize. You really have to put the devotion to that nature. Of course, finally, one who makes devotion is your mind. One who receives also comes out of that. But the play, interdependent play, is very important for you to wake up from that state. Anyway, I don't want to, right now we're doing Tsok, so it shouldn't be. Just a little brief explanation. Om Mam Bhasa Guru Pema Siddham, Om Mam Bhasa Guru Pema Siddham, Om Mam Bhasa Guru Pema Siddham. Om Mahung Benza Guru Pema Siddham, Om Mahung Benza Guru Pema Siddham, Om Mam Bhasa 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 Guru Pema Siddham.
7-line prayer, page 96. Hungorgan Yugi Noob Changsam, Pema Gisa Rumbola, Yasen Chogi Nodumne, Pema Jumne Shisuda, Kordu Kondro Momperkor, Kikitis, Drupki Chingi Lobche Shisuso, Guru Pema Sidi Hungorgan Yugi Noob Changsam, Pema Gisa Rumbola, Yasen Chogi Nodumne, Pema Jumne Shisuda, Kordu Kondro Momperkor, Kikitis Suda, Drupki Chingi Lobche Shisuso, Guru Pema Sidi Again, you gain up Changsam, Pema Gesar Rumpola, Yasen Jogi Nodumne, Pema Jumne Shisuda, Kordo Kondro Momperkor, Kiki Jisuda, Drupki Chingi Lobche Shisuso, Guru Pema Sedi Again, you gain up Changsam, Pema Gesar Rumpola, Yasen Jogi Nodumne, Pema Jumne Shisuda, Kordo Kondro Momperkor, Kiki Jisuda, Drupki Chingi Lobche Shisuso, Guru Pema Sedi Again, you gain Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Ge Sardum Pola Yasen Chogi Nujumne Pema Jugne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mong Perkor Kiki Jesuda Drupki Chingi Lopshe Shiksuso Guru Pema Sidi Hong Organ Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Ge Sardum Pola Yasen Chogi Nujumne Pema Jugne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mong Perkor Kiki Jesuda Drupki So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Ge Sardo Pola Yatsen Chogi Nudrumne Pema Jugne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mong Porko Keki Jesuda Drupki Chingi Lopche Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Ge Sardo Pola Yatsen Chogi Nudrumne Pema Jugne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mong Porko Keki Jesuda Drupki Chingi Lopche Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Ge Sardum Polaya Drupne Pema Jugne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mong Perko Kiki Jesuda Drupki Chingi Lopche Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Rumpola Yatsen Chogi Nudrumne Pema Jugne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mong Perko Kiki Jesuda Drupki Chingi Lopche Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum and Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Ge Sardo Pola Yasen Chogi Nudrumne Pema Jugne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mong Perko Kiki Jesuda Lopche Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Ge Sardum Pola Yatsen Chogi Nudrumne Pema Jugne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mong Perko Kiki Jesuda Drupki Chingi Lopche Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Ge Sardum Pola Yatsen Chogi Nudrumne Pema Jugne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mong Perko Kiki Jesuda Drupki Chingi Lopche Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Ge Sardum Pola Yatsen Chogi Nudrumne Pema Jugne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mong Perko Kiki Jesuda Drupki Chingi Lopche Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yugi Nup Chang Sam Sardum Pola Yatsen Chogi Nudrumne Pema Jugne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mong Perko Kiki Jesuda Drupki Chingi Lopche Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Nup Chang Sam Pema Ge Sardum Pola Yatsen Chogi Nudrumne Pema Jugne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mong Perko Kiki Jesuda Drupki Chingi Lopche Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Nusan Sam Pema Ge Sardum Pola Yatsen Chogi Nudrumne Pema Jugne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mong Perko Kiki Jesuda Drupki Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Ge Sardum Pola Yatsen Chogi Nudrumne Pema Jugne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mong Perko Jesuda Drupki Chingi Lopche Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Ge Sardum Pola Yatsen Chogi Nudrumne Pema Jugne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mong Perko Kiki Jesuda Drupki Chingi Lopche Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Ge Sardum Pola Yatsen Chogi Nudrumne Pema Jugne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mong Perko Kiki Jesuda Drupki Chingi Lopche Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Ge Sardum Pola Sen Chogi Nudrumne Pema Jugne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mong Perko Kiki Jesuda Drupki Chingi Lopche Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Ge Sardum Pola Yatsen Chogi Nudrumne Pema Jugne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mong Perko Kiki Jesuda Drupki Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Ge Sardum Pola Yatsen Chogi Nudrumne Pema Jugne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mong Perko Kiki Jesuda Drupki Chingi Lopche Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Hin Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Ge Sardum Pola Yatsen Chogi Nudrumne Pema Jugne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mong Perko Kiki Drupki Chingi Lopche Shisu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Gesaro Pola Yatsen Chogi Nundrumne Pema Jumne Shisura Kordu Kandro Mongperko Keki Jesuda Druki Chingi Lom Chishisu So Guru Pema Sidi Ho Nupchang Sam Pema Gesaro Pola Yatsen Chogi Nundrumne Pema Jumne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mongperko Keki Jesuda Druki Chingi Shisu So Guru Pema Sidi Ho Organ Yugi Nupchang Sam Pema Gesaro Pola Yatsen Chogi Nundrumne Pema Jumne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mongperko Keki Jesuda Druki Chingi Lom Shisu So Guru Pema Sidi Ho Organ Yugi Nupchang Sam Pema Gesaro Pola Yatsen Chogi Nundrumne Pema Jumne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mongperko Keki Jesuda Druki Chishisu So Guru Pema Sidi Ho Organ Yugi Nupchang Sam Pema Gesaro Pola Yatsen Chogi Nundrumne Pema Jumne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mongperko Keki Jesuda Druki Chingi Lom Chishisu So Guru Pema Sidi Ho Organ Yugi Nupchang Pema Gesaro Pola Yatsen Chogi Nundrumne Pema Jumne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mongperko Keki Jesuda Druki Chingi Lom So Guru Pema Sidi Ho Organ Yugi Nupchang Sam Pema Gesaro Pola Yatsen Chogi Nundrumne Pema Jumne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mongperko Keki Jesuda Druki Chingi Lom Chishisu So Guru Pema Sidi Ho Organ Yugi Nupchang Sam Pema Gesaro Pola Yatsen Chogi Nundrumne Pema Jumne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mongperko Keki Jesuda Lom Chishisu So Guru Pema Sidi Ho Organ Yugi Nupchang Sam Pema Gesaro Pola Yatsen Chogi Nundrumne Pema Jumne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mongperko Keki Jesuda Lom Chishisu So Guru Pema Sidi Ho Organ Yugi Nupchang Sam Pema Gesaro Pola Yatsen Chogi Nundrumne Pema Jumne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mongperko Keki Jesuda Druki Chingi Lom Chishisu So Guru Pema Sidi Ho Organ Yugi Nupchang Sam Pola Yatsen Nundrumne Pema Jumne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mongperko Keki Jesuda Lom Chishisu So Guru Pema Sidi Ho Organ Yugi Nupchang Sam Pema Gesaro Pola Yatsen Chogi Nundrumne Pema Jumne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mongperko Keki Jesuda Druki Chingi Lom Chishisu So Guru Pema Sidi Ho Organ Yugi Sam Pema Gesaro Pola Yatsen Chogi Nundrumne Pema Jumne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mongperko Keki Jesuda Druki Chishisu So Guru Pema Sidi Ho Organ Yugi Nupchang Sam Pema Gesaro Pola Yatsen Chogi Nundrumne Pema Jumne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mongperko Keki Jesuda Druki Chingi Lom Chishisu So Guru Pema Sidi Ho Organ Yugi Nupchang Sam Pema Gesaro Pola Yatsen Chogi Nundrumne Pema Jumne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mongperko Keki Jesuda Druki Lom Chishisu So Guru Pema Sidi Ho Organ Yugi Nupchang Sam Pema Gesaro Pola Yatsen Chogi Nundrumne Pema Jumne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mongperko Keki Jesuda Druki Chingi Lom Chishisu So Guru Pema Sidi Ho Organ Yugi Nupchang Sam Pema Gesaro Pola Yatsen Chogi Nundrumne Pema Jumne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mongperko Keki Jesuda Druki Chingi Lom Chishisu So Guru Pema Sidi Ho Hung Organ Yugi Nupchang Sam Pema Gesaro Pola Yatsen Chogi Nundrumne Pema Jumne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mongperko Keki Jesuda Druki Chingi Lom Chishisu So Guru Pema Sidi Ho Organ Yugi Nupchang Sam Pema Gesaro Pola Yatsen Chogi Nundrumne Pema Jumne Shisuda Kordu Kandro Mongperko Keki Jesuda Druki Chingi Shiksu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Wargen Yugi Nup Shang Sam Pema Gesar Dompola Yasen Chogi Nodrumne Pema Jungne Shisuda Kordo Kondro Mongper Kor Kiki Jesuda Drupki Chingi Lom Shiksu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Wargen Yugi Nup Shang Sam Pema Gesar Dompola Yasen Chogi Nodrumne Pema Jungne Shisuda Kordo Kondro Mongper Kor Kiki Jesuda Drupki Chingi Lom Shiksu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Gesar Dompola Yatsen Chogi Nodrumne Pema Jungne Shisuda Kordu Kondro Mongper Kor Kiki Jesuda Drupki Chingi Lom So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Gesar Dompola Yatsen Chogi Nodrumne Pema Jungne Shisuda Kordu Kondro Mongper Kor Kiki Jesuda Drupki Chingi Lom Shiksu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yugi Nup Chang Sam Pema Gesar Dompola Yatsen Chogi Nodrumne Pema Jungne Shisuda Kordu Kondro Mongper Kor Kiki Jesuda Drupki Chingi Lom Shiksu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Page 86, Confession Prayer. Om Zitong Tampoy Sangye Kuntuzang Dorje Sempe Dorje Deshin Shek Pao Chempo Droa Kyope Gong Dagla Zergo Yeshe Chengi Zik Adone Makine Namda Kyang Chunor Lober Sharwe Kuntole Marik Zuzin Kenang Nam Chakun Dakchen Shoying Yumne Long Du Shak Benzar Sangwe Dakpo Durje Damdrak Pa Kusung Tuk Sang Samaya Bumgi Damle Nam Shik Sigle Gawagang Rabdu Non Shik Yod Pe Tolor Shak Sadfa Nampa Kyondu Gyurpe Dudene Leki Nerzin Dorje Kandroi Kai Padropor Gyurpe Dichi Drip Gyur Nelchen Gyusak Shak Hun Dot Pe Gyalpoi Ne Dorje Che Miksu Mechi Namdak Shak Padral Kuntu Zompo Izor Grig Pe Long Dujal Me Pa Ying Long Du In English. The first foundation is the Buddha, total goodness. Vajrasattva is the Vajra, thus gone one. Great hero, protector of beings, think lovingly of me and look upon me with your eyes of primal knowing. Primordially unborn, completely pure from the very beginning, and yet from conceptualization that incidentally arises as the face of delusion. All degenerations that are the circumstantial appearance of dualistic unawareness, I confess, within the great purity of the inner expanse of the five mothers of the fundamental space of reality. Benzar, Lord of secrets, renowned Vajraband of the hundreds of thousands of secret samayas of body, speech, and mind, whatever has damaged the bond or violated the commitment, with intense remorse and regret, I disclose and confess. Sattva, the time when faults become degenerations has passed, becoming extreme breaches of the injunction of the Vajra Dakinis who oversee conduct. And after that, becoming obscurations which accumulate the causes for the great hell, these I confess. Whom, primordial king, original great Vajra, without point of reference, beyond degeneration and confession, total goodness, intrinsic space of awareness, complete from the beginning, within the fundamental space of reality, beyond union and separation. 100-syllable mantras on page 100, the middle section. Om Benzer Sato Samaya Manu Playa Benzer Sato Tenopa Tishta Dido Mebawa Sudokaya Mebawa Supakaya Mebawa Anam Rakta Mebawa Sawasidim Mebria Tatsarokamasuta Me Tidum Shuyam Kuru Ha 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 ho Bhagawan Sawatatikata Benzer Mamin Benzer Bao Mas Maya Sato Om Benzer Sato Samaya Manu Playa Benzer Sato Tenopa Tishta Dido Mebawa Sudokaya Mebawa Supakaya Mebawa Anam Rakta Mebawa Sawasidim Mebria Tatsarokamasuta Tidum Shuyam Kuru Ha 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 ho Bhagawan Savatagata Binda Mama Minsin Binda Bao Mas Maya Sato Om Binda Sata Samaya Manu Palaya Binda Sata Denaba Tistadira Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supakaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasida Mebia Tatsarakama Sutta Me Tidum Shum Kuru Ha 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 ho Bhagawan Tatagata Binda Mama Minsin Binda Bao Mas Maya Sato Om Vajrasab Om Better Sado Om Better Sado Hung 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 Page 79. Hung Ale Choying Dang Nam Kapalar Om Le Nang She Doyan Tsok Su Shang Hung Gi De Chen Ye She Ro Pargir Shri Sasum La So Ge Pa Kang Om Ahung Shri Om Ahung Shri Om Ahung Shri. Say that in English. Hung from Ah, a skull cup equal to the fundamental space of reality. From Om, the sense pleasures of appearance and possibility arranged within as the gathering feast. With whom become the play of primal knowing, great bliss. With Shri, the hosts of three roots, devatas are delighted and fulfilled. Hung organ yogi noob chang sam pema ge sardom pola yatsen shogi no drumne pema jumne she sujag pordu kandro mang per kor ket ki jesu dag drum ki Dudyan Sula Chandrena Jingi Lob Chishek Susol Nechok Diru Jim Pobla Sok Chok Yeshe Dud Sigir Chub Chok Dagla Wang Zikur Gek Tang Lo Dren Bar Ched So Chok Tang Tu Mo No Drup So Lame Ja. Usually we say that part in English first, Rinpoche. Do you mind if we go back really quick? Hung Oregon's northwestern frontier on the stem and corona of a lotus flower, wondrous supreme accomplishment attained. And as the lotus born renowned, encircled by a retinue of many Dakinis, so that I may become like you, I invite you to this feast of sense pleasures. Please come and grant your blessings, send down your blessings to this excellent place, and transform the feast offerings into the elixir of primal knowing. Bestow the four empowerments on me, the one who aspires to supreme accomplishment. Dispel obstacles, hindrances, and those who lead us astray. Grant the supreme and ordinary city. Hum lama jesum pema to trang zal. Rigs in Chhoje Song Dang Che Pai Sasum Kundu Gyalwe Kil Korla Mogudum Shuk Drapo Soadeb Dag Sangyo Sum Ge Sog Lon Choche Nang Shri Du Yongi Gu Ma Sang Med Kun Zang De Chen So Ki Kor Lor Bo Tu Je Zi Su Gong Yur Chig So Adeb So Guru Rinpoche Jingi Lob Shig Rig Sing Chhoje Sog Modam Bula Cho Tu No Drup Sol Dam Sig Nam Che Tam Che Jang Du So Chinang Sang We Bar Che Ying Su Dro Jang Chu Bar Du Drame Je Sin Sing Se So Nam To Yar Noi Da Zim Pel Sampan Lun Dru Kim Bar Jingi Lo Oma Hum Benzer Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. You can see that in English. Hum, noble Guru, Padma To Trang Zal, together with your host of awareness holders and Dakinis, to this mandala, victorious ones embodying all the three roots devatas, I pray with devotion and intense yearning. My three doors, gathered virtue, enjoyments, wealth, and those of others, appearance and possibility, delightful sense pleasures with nothing incomplete. All this I offer as the great bliss, Gana chakra of total goodness, supreme bliss. Lovingly accept this with delight. May it fulfill our sacred bond. I beseech you, Guru Rinpoche, grant your blessings, hosts of awareness holders and Dakinis. Grant the supreme and ordinary spiritual accomplishments to your devoted child. Please purify all degenerations and breaches of Samaya. Liberate outer, inner, and secret obstacles in fundamental space. Until my enlightenment, hold me inseparable. Increase longevity, merit, meditative experiences, and realization like the waxing moon. Grant blessings for the natural self-accomplishment of wishes. So we're page 89. Oh. Hold on. Sorry, one moment. I moved that prayer in my text. Tsok accumulation. This is where we visualize the Tsok multiplying. Ram yam kam om ahum yinki bendar rigpe soktor sham choju tazer tigle doryon tra nosar sami kyape damseg di rang rig sawa sumyi la sola nime nampe nangdu chopa bo tokpe jazir tigle chempor shag zunzi Zuzin Jage Keme Ying Su Jo Chunak Si Tok Se Pe Chin Le Drup Lun Drup Nang Ji Yeshe Tar Che Ne Karak Jonu Bum Kur Jang Jup Shog. 2 more times in Tibetan, once in English. Ram Yam Kam Om Ma Hong Yin Ke Benda Rigpe Sotor Sham Jodru Chazer Tigle Dorion Tra Nosar Sami Kabe Ram Sigdi Rang Rig Sawa Sungi La Sola Nime Nampe Nangdu Chopabo Tope Chazer Tigle Chempor Shak Zunzin Chage Kime Ying Su Jo Chunak Si Tok Se Pe Chin Le Drup Lun Drup Nang Ji Yeshe Tar Che Ne Karak Jonu Bum Kur Jang Jup Shob Ram Yam Kam Om Ma Hong Yin Ki Benda Rigpe Sotor Sham Choju Chazer Tigle Dodyon Tra Nosar Sami Kape Ram Sigdi Rang Rig Sawa Sungi La Sola Nime Nampe Nangdu Chopabo Tope Chazer Tigle Chempor Shak Zunzin Jage Keme Ying Su Jo Chunak Si Tok Se Pe Chin Le Drup Lun Drup Nang Ji Yeshe Tar Che Ne Karak Jonu Bum Kur Jang Jup Shop. In English. Ram Yam Kam Om Ma Hong. Within the skull cup of fundamental space, the ritual offerings of awareness are arrayed. The 6 lamps, rainbow rays, and spheres of light are the glittering, desirable qualities. This is the wondrous, inconceivable Samaya of aware Devata, assembly of the 3 roots. The offerings are offered in the state of non-dual equanimity. The pointy edges of thoughts are confessed within the great sphere. Enemies and obstructors, the grasper and the grass, are liberated in unborn fundamental space. Deluded appearance awakens in the basis and accomplishes the enlightened activities, perfecting the primal knowing of the naturally self-accomplished 4 visions. May I awaken in the youthful vast body, original purity. The next concise feast offering, we'll say this multiple times. Ram Yam Kam Om Ma Hong Guru Sasum La Sola Duryon Loncho Socho Bo Dam Se Nam Chak Tam Che Chak Nomon Dragik Saldu Chab Chin Le Rab Jam Nunju So So Ni Nurzog Nundrup So Kana Saktra Puja Ho Ram Yam Kam Om Ma Hong Guru Sasom La Sola Duryon Loncho Socho Bo Tam Sik Nam Chen Tam Che Chak Nomon Dragik Shaldu Tab Chin Le Rab Jam Nunju So So Ni Nurzog Nundrup So Kana Saktra Puja Ho Ram Yam Kam Om Ma Hong Guru Sasom La Sola Duryon Loncho Socho Bo Tam Sik Nam Che Tam Che Chak Nomon Dragik Saldu Tab Chin Le Rab Jam Nunju So So Ni Nurzog Nundrup So Kana Saktra Puja Ho Ram Yam Kam Om Ma Hong Guru Sasom La Sola Duryon Loncho Socho Bo Tam Sik Nam Che Tam Che Shak Nomon Dragik Saldu Tab Chin Le Rab Jam Nunju So So Ni Nurzog Nundrup So Kana Saktra Puja Ho Ram Yam Kam Om Ma Hong Guru Sasom La Sola Duryon Loncho Socho Bo Tam Sik Nam Che Tam Che Shak Nomon Dragik Saldu Tab Chin Le Rab Jam Nunju So So Ni Nurzog Nundrup So Kana Saktra Puja Om Ma Hum Ru Sasom La Sola Duryon Loncho Socho Bo Tam Sik Nam Che Tam Che Chak Nomon Dragik Saldu Tab Chin Le Rab Jam Nunju So So Ni Nurzog Nundrup So Kana Saktra Puja Ho Ramyam kam om ma hung guru sasom la so la doryo no cho so cho bo dam se nam che tam che chak no mo dragik sao du tab chin le ra ra no ru so so ne no ru no ru so kana sak cha pu za ho Ramyam kam om ma hung guru sasom la so la doryo no cho so cho bo dam se nam che tam che chak no mo dragik sao du tab chin le ra ra no ru so so ni no ru no ru so kana sak cha pu za ho Ramyam kam om ma hung guru sa so so la doryo no cho so cho bo dam se nam che tam che chak no mo dragik sao du tam chin le ra ra no ru so so ni no ru no ru so kana sak cha pu za ho. Now in English. Ramyam kam om ma hung. To the Guru and the assembly of the three roots devatas, this wealth of sense pleasures is offered as the feast. I confess all deteriorations of samaya. Neurosis, enemies, and obstructors are offered to the mouths of the devatas. Naturally self-accomplished, vast, enlightened activities, may the two accumulations be swiftly completed. Bestows cities. Kana saktra puja ho. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. Ramyam kam om ma hung guru deva dakini gana sakta puta utitra balinta kai. So now, do you want to say the swift accomplishment of wishes? Dusum Sangye. Okay, so we're going to go to page 95. Dusum Sangye Guru. Huh? All right. People can help Jim hand out. For those online, Rinpoche was saying you can say medicine Padmasambhava when you take the city. So, so what up so jingi lob chu so chinang sangwe barche chiwadang sampa lungi ju bar jingi lob tu sum sange guru rinpoche no ju kunak dewa chimpo sha barche kuntal du darpa so what up so jingi lob chu so chinang sangwe barche chiwadang sampa lungi ju bar jingi lob tu sum sange guru rinpoche no ju kunak dewa chimpo sha barche kuntal du darpa so what up so jingi lob chu so chinang sangwe barche chiwara sampa lungi ju bar jingi lo tu sum sange guru rinpoche no ju kunang de worship sha barche kunzel du darpo so what up so jingi lo tu so chinang sangwe barche chiwara sampa lungi ju bar jingi lo tu sum sange guru rinpoche no ju kunang de worship sha barche kunzel du darpo so what up so jingi lo tu so chinang sangwe barche chiwara sampa lungi ju bar jingi lo tu sum sange guru rinpoche no drum kunang de wen shimpo sha barche kunsel du double so what up so jingi lom tu so where Bridget Chiwarang, Sampa Lugi di Barjingilo, Tu Sum Sange Guru Rinpoche, no Drup Kunung de Wen Shimpersha, Barchet Kuntel du Dampo so what up so Jingilo Chuso, Chinang Sanwe, Barchet Chiwarang, Sampa Lugi di Barjingilo, Tu Sum Sange Guru Rinpoche, no Drup Kunung de Wen Shimpersha, Barchet Kuntel du Dampo so what up so Jingilo Chuso, Chinang Sanwe, Barchet Chiwarang, Sampa Lugi di Barjingilo. Drink it and do some sangye guru and touch your head. So chikilo to so chinang sangwe barchi chiwara sambal you bringilo do some sangye guru rinpoche no drip kunde dewa shimpersha barchet kunsel du baso so what am so jingilo to so chinang sangwe barchi wara sambal. Yeah, so Jim is coming around with the tray. So you'll put something from your plate onto the tray before you start eating. And just keep in mind this is going outside, so it's better not to put anything wrapped. Or maybe chocolate may not be the best, because the animals will probably eat it. You can distribute drinks now. Some sparkling water. Some sparkling water for Rimshi. Yeah. While Jim is setting up here, we're going to move on and offer the remainders. So we'll be going to page 83.
Oma hung beza amirta hung ha ho shi erele shing shing za.
Lag du jig
Jig ten
ten
tre pe so.
do
Yu nga te lak toro.
ze
Deve chile je umuze cha baling ka ye.
Haughty worldly spirits who gather the remainders, please accept this remainder torma endowed with the 5 sense pleasures and perform beneficial and joyous activities.
Tsuki lami kilgordu, tsoki kolo korwayi, dajin rowa malupa, kilgoro jigdu du parasho.
Within the mandala of the lake-born Guru, by turning the wheel of the wisdom feast, may I and all beings without exception be liberated within one mandala. So we're going to go now to page 77, but keep your finger on page 84. We'll be back there. Lamene sum ike drusum le Uzre karma ting sum june su Rangi ne sum timpe go sum yi Drup chang ku sum tu ki dor shekir Tarni lama korche odusu karmarting le hongi samparu rangi ningar timpe lame tum rang sam yer me lang ke chokurne From the 3 syllables in the Guru's 3 places emerge 3 rays of white, red, and dark blue light. As these are absorbed into my own 3 places, my 3 doors are purified of obscurations and become the vajras of enlightened body, speech, and mind. Finally, the Guru and his retinue dissolve into light, which becomes a white sphere, glowing red and marked with hung. As this is absorbed into my heart, the Guru's mind and mine join inseparably and dwell in Dharmakaya. Page 84, middle. Hum ke me choku kalong ne gag me la kunang we cha ri me tung sel nong tu tim English. Whom from the inner sky of unborn Dharmakaya, the unobstructed form of the Devata appears and dissolves in emptiness, clarity, free from all direction. Gisa chang chu chen por no rang zing tuk je zal organ lama so ki che kusum lung ki drupai tashi dampe de le sho.
템바니 신도 사와다 텐제 푸누신 템바지된 커서 좀 받아 템바니 신도 사와다 텐제 푸누신도 템바 유링네 페타시쇼 템베 비교라 메시베데 텐제 기브서데 요노 캡 템베 진당 어떤 템베 진당 어떤 줄바기 템바 유링네 페타시쇼 템베 비교라 메시베데 텐제 기베 사땡요노 캡 템베 진당 어떤 줄바기 템바 유링네 페타시쇼 문제 우리긴 침베 정어도 수준 루퍼치페 건설라 마이 부진 경우지 추경 숙매 속에 자시쇼 저저 경우에 지 놈들세 노르게다고 아리야즈 오아세페 함문르규만 놀라테다 남게 자시쇼 네드리니 문텔레 센텔리 니메고연텔리시 인센타도 겸네 군조숨게 자시쇼 댕들이 내줘바다죠 뿌는죠 코르던치파 탐젤라 니마당다와 자다진기 노발 좋아진도 뒤담무데 땡들은 내줘봐도 저 분이 저 코르던치파 탐젤라 니마당다와 자든지 그노 빨리 누데무데 바제tum질신 견니신도 다시 버리교지 자야 수자야.
The roots of merit are dedicated to great awakening. The essence, nature, and compassionate manifest energy are the unsurpassed lake-born Lord of Oregon, the spontaneously accomplished three bodies. May all be auspicious, sacred, joyous, and excellent. Page 95.
parche kunsil dudu chapo solwa depso chingi lapto so chinang sangwe parche shiwa tang samba lungi do para chingi lo tuzum sang
Parche kunsel dudu chapo sal sowa depso chingi loptu so
chinang sangwe parche shiwa tang samba lungi do para chingi
Tusum Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Noju Gunak Dewa Shimporsha.
parche kunsel dudu chapo se solwa depso chingi lapto so chinang sangwe parche shiwa tang samba lungi do para chingi lo tusum sangye guru rinpoche ngodu kundang dewa chimpe sha parche kunsel dudu chapo solwa depso chingi lapto sol chinang sangwe parche shiwa tang samba lungi do para chingi lo uge rimbo chela sowa dep garke parche mijung sing tunge samba do pa tang chodang tumu ngu do sa do se omya benza guru Pema Tuting Sel Benzara Samaya Aza Sidi Pala That's the long Padmasambhava mantra. Then the short one is, can you sing the short one, Genevieve? How we usually sing?
Om Benza Guru Pema Siddhi Om Benza Uge rinpo chela sowa dep gargi parchi mi jung ring tinge samba drup chodna tumo ngu drup zal tu su. Do we have Tsok Rinpoche's soup return? No, not in the text yet.
Okay. Okay, then let's do.
Which page?
51.
Page 51. We'll say in English. Om Svasti, the indestructible self-born essence of Amatayas, primordially uncharacterized by their birth or death, by the truth of the fundamental purity of phenomenality itself, may the supreme guide of beings, the victorious one, may he live a long life. With the unobstructed creativity of the Vajra clouds of highest ecstasy, expanding through space the skillful dance of Mayajala, with the truth of the spontaneity of interdependent phenomena, may the supreme guide of beings, the victorious one, may he live a long life. With the fearlessness, wisdom, and kindness which is the power of primordial awareness, the essence of the precise secret teachings of the Vajrayana and the wish-fulfilling jewel, the victorious banner of teaching, practice, and action is raised to the pinnacle. May he live long as he fulfills the aspirations and wishes of living beings, sounding the Dharma as a conch shell trumpet with the auspicious pattern of a right-handed spiral, in essence to enter the ears of many beings of the three habitats above, on the surface, and below the earth, accomplishing the spread of virtue victoriously in all directions. May this fortunate supreme guide and sovereign live a long life. May the Lama Vijayadhara live for 100 eons, victorious in the war against adverse inner and outer obstacles, spontaneously accomplishing vast intentions of great value to the Dharma and living beings. May this most excellent auspicious vision pervade forever. World Peace Prayers on page 18. In the world in general and in this nation, may not even the names disease, famine, war, and suffering be heard. May virtuous qualities, merit, and prosperity greatly increase, and may continuous good fortune and sublime well-being perfectly arise. In the world in general and in this nation, may not even the names disease, famine, war, and suffering be heard. May virtuous qualities, merit, and prosperity greatly increase, and may continuous good fortune and sublime well-being perfectly arise. In the world in general and in this nation, may not even the names disease, famine, war, and suffering be heard. May virtuous qualities, merit, and prosperity greatly increase, and may continuous good fortune and sublime well-being perfectly arise. By this merit may all beings gain omniscience, and thus defeat the neurosis and negative actions which are the enemies. From the turbulent waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, from the ocean of cyclic existence, may all beings be liberated. Pull the mic down.
Yeah. So wonderful, thank you. So Tsok is very special. It's someday I will give a whole teaching on Tsok. You know, as I said, it's a tantric practice, and so roughly I explain generally the concept of Tsok. So it's good when you do this. It will give you two kinds of siddhis. One is if you do meditation. Brendan Kennedy, one of our meditation master here at the center, he said that when he does Tsok, after Tsok, when you meditate, it's so different, you know. So it deepens your realization after the Tsok when you do meditation. So like this is. So therefore, not only deepens your meditation, also is very good for healing your work, your family, your day-to-day life. It gives tremendous blessing and energy. It removes a lot of obstacles, purify body, speech, and mind obscuration. So tremendous blessing of the Buddhas and Lama, Yidam, Dakinis, all their blessing. Today is Dakini Day, like Dakini Vajravarahi, Dakini Krodakali, Trauma, or Dakini Kurukuli, all the Dakinis, the feminine principle energy of the Buddha, known as feminine principle, wisdom Dakini. So today is the wisdom Dakini day. So doing on a wisdom Dakini, the Tsok offering really deepens, and there are particular Dakini practice actually. You know, there are different level of Dakini practice. There are 4 level of Dakini practice. Outer Dakini practice, inner Dakini practice, secret Dakini practice, the most secret Dakini practice. Outer Dakini practice is Yishitsogel. Inner Dakini practice, outer is Yishitsogel or Vajravarahi. The inner is Kurukule. And then the secret is Singha Mukha, Dakini Singha Mukha. And the most secret is the trauma practice, Chhoje practice, Krodakali, Dakini Krodakali. Krodha means Sanskrit, very wrathful. Kali is black. She cut through all obstacle. So trauma practice. I'm trying to get Ani Dorje Wangmo. So far we failed twice. They didn't give visa. You know, twice, you know, Jim worked really hard with all the application. But unfortunately, you know, there have been so much abuse with the visa. Sometimes they're dressed up as a monk and nun and they ask for visa. So now the embassy people also kind of know that there have been so much abuse. So they stopped giving visa, religious visa. They can't say that, but that's what they're doing. So we're trying to get her again so she can really do the Dakini practice here. And she has done 3 years retreat on Dakini practice. It's amazing lady. Not only that, she has highly trained in Yantra Yoga, Tsalung practice. So it can be very, very good. I'm trying to get her, and then she can be here for a year with us, and it can be greatly benefit. But so we will try again. So she's particularly the Dakini Krodha Kali is today so widely spread. It is Dujum Lingpa's revelation, my teacher Dujum Lingpa, his vision, Padmasambhava's teaching on the secret Dakini practice. One of the most profound practice exists in the Tantra Vajrayana practice. Through this Dakini Krodha Kali practice, 13 great students of Dujum Lingpa achieved rainbow body. The whole body went into light. And then not only that, countless yogis and yoginis achieve realization. They remain in meditation when they die. Amazing, powerful practice. So there are different levels of Dakini practice. Dakini feminine practice is usually very powerful. You know, it can be also feminine, can be very emotional. The other side can be very liberating too. So, you know, it's very powerful. So it's very sacred practice, Dakini practice, Krodha Kali. So therefore, I'm trying to get her and introduce that practice here, the trauma practice. It's so beautiful and it's so powerful. The Tramangondo, I did in the mountain Tramangondo in Ladakh, in Pokarzong. I spent 2 months doing the Tramangondo. I still have to spend 4 more months doing retreat. And of course, that's not enough, you know. There are 3 years, 1 year retreating, 3 years retreating. And then you have to go to channel ground. Channel ground to check how you feel, because when you go to a cemetery at night by yourself, you can't take along people. You go by yourself, and then you invite the spirit, you know. So, of course, the whole, we have the book here by Pema Lungtok Gyaltsen, How to Practice Dakini Practice. It's in English, translated. So, there are many instant stories. And then when you go to the channel ground, this is the ultimate bodhicitta practice. You don't do protection. When you do trauma, like many other practice, when you do the first, you throw the negative force, then you create a circle protection. So it's a gradual going, which is very good. But when you do trauma, there's no protection. You go to the channel ground, then you ask all the spirit to come and eat you. You're giving your body as generosity. Those who like to eat my flesh, eat my flesh. Those who like to suck my blood, suck my blood. Completely like opening yourself. And then illusion, just like in your dream, you see illusion. Our life is illusion. And then sometimes you really begin to see spirit coming. And then at that time you have to bring your practice. And so it's really powerful. You can get enlightened or you will completely go crazy. You got only not much option left. Either you will run away, throw everything, your bell and damaru and everything, or you will, really like confront your fear, inner fear. And so it's a very powerful practice. There's a whole sequence, detailed explanation how to do the practice. So it's a very powerful practice. And the melody is so beautiful, Dakini, feminine Dakini. The contrast, Dujum Lingpa, he's born in eastern Tibet. It's the land of the warriors in Tibet. That's where all the warriors who fought, they have fought many wars. And every family members, they have guns, just like Americans, guns, and they carry swords like that. And it's a warrior culture. And so here's Dujum Lingpa. He should tame all these warriors. It's not easy. Those are really very brave people, and as the great Dujum Lingpa, the teacher, you always carry a sword because you have to be with them. You have to be like them. And then he revealed this Dakini practice, which is Padmasambhava Therma teaching, means conceal. Some of them are concealed in the rock. Some of them concealed in the sky. Some of them concealed in the water. And when the chosen one, tertuns are called chosen one, these are the Lady Yishe Tsogel, the queen of Dakini, who represent the fundamental basic space, the feminine wisdom Dakini. She, during 8th century, Padmasambhava put all this teaching, like all these teachings are Therma teaching, and conceal in the rivers, mountain, lakes, trees, temples, all are concealed, given to a protector. And then in Padmasambhava's, in the teachings, it explained, this century, this tertun will come. This century, this tertun will come and reveal that particularity. All are like written from 8th century until recently. All are this century. 108 tertuns came, and 5 principal tertun, and 108 minor tertun, and they all discovered those teachings. Some are in the rocks, some are in the water. All are like that. So, you all know Kublai Khan, who is the grandson of Genghis Khan. And Kublai Khan, when he ruled China, though he's Mongol grandson, but he ruled China at that time, Qing dynasty, something like that. And then Tibet were more like Eastern Europe was Soviet satellite, so it was a little bit like that, Chinese emperor. At that time, there was no Chinese emperor, Kublai Khan. He's a Mongol ruler who ruled China and Tibet. And his influence, not totally ruled Tibet, but influence. But there was strong Mongol influence in Tibet. So then Kublai Khan found a scroll of a long life Therma, which Padmasambhava have concealed. And when he found that, he sent his general and he sent his minister and an army to get that. So then they found the terton, and you can't say no to the king. Especially to a Mongol king. And then they took out. When they took out, they went to the spot, they took the terma. It's not something you can break things, It has to be the terton, there's ceremony, the protector has to be asked. But then I heard scientifically, when you take something from inside a rock, first time it's so hot, because it's been trapped, like completely sealed. So then when they took out, they found the elixir of life. Elixir of life, and instantly the emperor, ambassador, sealed that and taken right away back to China. And because then when Kublai Khan drank that elixir, he lived over 100 years. I don't know exactly, you can probably find that on YouTube, how long Kublai Khan lived. Over 100 years. As a gratitude of living over 100 years, Kublai Khan make tax-free to all Tibetan lamas. Yeah, it's in the history. All Tibetan lamas monastery didn't have to pay taxation because Kublai Khan's gratitude for living that long. So this is just a small example of terma. Then in Bhutan, there is the, I think maybe 18th century, Pama Lingpa, the great terton. He went in the lake holding a butter lamp, fire, like a candle, like in his one, and he went inside the lake, and then he came out of the lake with the lamp still burning, and then he bought many terma treasure from that. And recently, Khenpo Jigpun, the great terton, he also revealed a number of things. Sometimes when they do like terma, they recite the seven-line prayer. If the terma is in the sky, then they do, and they materialize sometimes statues, texts, teaching, many things like that. So the terma tradition, Padmasambhava, the reason why Padmasambhava put the terma tradition, because in the future, in decadent time, there will be so-called scholars will corrupt the teaching. They will put their own ideas, add their own ideas, subtract idea, add things. And then in that way, their teaching is polluted. One cannot find enlightenment through that. So therefore, different time, there are different termas, all concealed in 8th century and revealed in 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20th century. And the recent terton, there was Khenpo Jigpun, my teacher, Chhoje Rinpoche. These are the great tertons who have brought many different levels of practices on male Yidam practice, Lama practice, Dakini practice, healing practice. Just name it, 22 volumes. If you can read Tibetan, it's just amazing. And I'm sure they will be translated. Some have been translated, but incredible, from teaching on meditation to yantra yoga to amazing things. So like that. That's how terma teachings are like that. So we do here all terma practice. There is a word of the Buddha's teaching coming called transmission, from word to the word, pass on from generations to generation. We also have that. And we mainly do Padmasambhava's revelation, which is hidden, and then encrypted letter, and then they're all, only Terton can read that encrypted letter. No other people can read that. Another terton can read that. And it's so amazing, whether it's terton from the 12th century, 13th century. All one thing in common is the seven-line prayer. It all comes at the very beginning in that encrypted letter. Dakini script is called the feminine, hidden in that, and when the times come revealed, they can read that. To this century, 20th century. So very profound practice these are. And then when you go, I like to make probably a trip in not next year, following year. Those who would like to come with me, I will lead a pilgrimage to Asia, to Nepal and India, Ladakh, Tibet. There's not to Tibet itself, it's a little difficult to go. So then you can see Padmasambhava place, energy place, where you can feel it, where you can see it with your eyes, such as place Pokarzong. Jim and Genevieve, you both came. You guys, some of you saw. I spent 2 months in the mountain in Pokarzong. It's a valley. It is known as Dakini valleys. Feminine Dakini energy is very powerful there. So it's all rocks, and many letters are born out of the rocks, self-born, not human-made. So Jim, check it out. I think I'd like Jim to explain this to you after I speak. And then on a certain Padmasambhava day, or on a full moon, or on a Dakini day, sacred day, there's like rocks, completely rocky mountains. Lights come out at night, like a candlelight from the rock. There's no human being. It's like so much spiritual power and energy in those places. So I one time saw, it's like a dim LED light from the rock coming and getting dimmer, and then light coming and getting dimmer and getting. Not every night. It comes maybe on a sacred day, mostly is Padmasambhava day or Dakini day. Sometimes you see 5 lights, sometimes you see 15, 20 lights, the whole, and no one can climb. It's sheer cliff. There's no one putting a ladder or coming with a, at 11 o'clock at night or 2 o'clock at night with a mountaineering climbing, nothing. And it's all like far, like this circle, like lights coming out. And then from the cave of Padmasambhava, you can hear cymbals and drums and many things like that. So when people do practice, it's very powerful there. You do like for 1 year here, and you do like for 1 month there will be equal. How your swiftness of your power realization will. So really amazing. That life, Padmasambhava energy is life to this day. So I would like, to take you guys, those who like to come. Maybe we should make a plan, 2026 or whatever, So I will take you to those places, and we can spend time and spend the night and see this amazing energy and power places. Yeah. Anyway, just like. So can you explain a little bit about the rock, what you saw, Jim? Jim didn't believe. When I first said there's a spontaneous letter coming, he didn't believe that. He has to see himself.
Definitely.
Yeah.
For me, I've heard a lot of stories like footprints in rocks or statues that are coming from rock, and I've always been really skeptical. And then I went to Pokarzong, and they're literally it's like a sandstone rock, and then there's black quartz that are in like intrusions in the rock. And when you're hiking up the valley, you see these like swirls of black around, but they just look like geological swirls. And then you get up into the valley itself, and those swirls turn into Tibetan script that say Omani Padme Hung, Oma Hung Benta Guru Pema Siddhi Hung, clear as day. And when you're standing like 10 feet away, it looks like somebody spray painted the rock. And then you get closer and you can literally scratch, like it is embedded in the rock. It is coming from the rock. I've never seen anything like it before. Like no explanation. I'm very skeptical. And I saw that and I was like, I have nothing. It's amazing.
That's like
Quartz intrusion in the granite rock.
In writing out Omani Padme Hum.
And there's Dakini pictures. There's pictures of Dakinis.
Spontaneous manifesting, not handmade.
Yeah, you couldn't do it. Like people could scratch into the rock and put a footprint or a handprint, like chisel it out. There's no way. You'd have to like install the entire mountain face. It's crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
So we'll be doing Tsok again on May 18th, which is Guru Rinpoche Day. So that's a Saturday. So
Rinpoche won't be here.
it just died. Rinpoche won't be here, but we will be. And so Rinpoche has told us he wants us to continue the tradition and do Tsok at least every Guru Rinpoche Day.
It'll be a great blessing for you. Healing, wealth, power.
And maybe we can get some volunteers and put Tsokse Rinpoche's Swift Return in the books. We can do Tsok first, and then people can stay, and we can make copies. Maybe Janet can make copies. And we can put them in the book together. It's important for us to say the prayer, right, Rinpoche? Yeah. So please take Tsok. Anything that you don't want to eat on your plate, we have a special bin that it'll go into, and then it'll go into the river. And then please take the Tsok and share with your friends and family. It's a wonderful blessing for them, and now that's especially blessed that Chhoje Rinpoche has been here and blessing. And also Rinpoche is teaching on Thursday, and then teaching this coming Sunday on meditation and bodhicitta.